Welcome to this second segment of the Purposeful Career Planning Program, still under the section of know yourself. As we look at purpose, I want to go a bit deeper in terms of explaining what purpose is and what it means to have a purpose perspective to career planning. And in this particular section, I want to describe and talk a bit more about just purpose and a purpose perspective to career planning. A purpose perspective to career planning means you see yourself as a solution or as an answer to a certain need in your generation. And what does that mean? It means you know you are wired for your career in a unique way or in a very special way. And that's a very important aspect. It means as you come into the world, it is your purpose which made your birth necessary. You were not photocopied, you are not a duplicate, but you are an original person. You are a unique person with specific talents, with unique gifts, which should help you now to choose a career that is fulfilling or satisfying. So when we say purposeful career planning, we're actually saying you need to understand, how you are wired for your career. How unique, how different are you? What are your unique qualities and strengths, that define you? It has been found, for example, that, every person has got 24 unique attributes, that define who they are. You can Google this, on Strength Finder, and there's a whole website on that, www.strengthfinder.com, and you'll find that there are tests there that actually can help you to discover your own unique giftings or your own unique, the way you are wired in a unique way. So when we are talking about career, you need to go back to yourself and have this perspective to say there are certain things that you'll be very good at in life because that's how you are wired. The reason you have got people who enjoy their careers and who are successful, they've managed, number one, to know who they are and then to match who they are to what they do. But that process starts with you. It starts with yourself. It starts with knowing yourself. And a lot of people plunge into their career plans, into their career decisions without that self-knowledge. And we're saying that's a very important aspect. How do you get to know who you are? How do you get to discover, who you are? There are a number of ways of doing that, and we are going to be looking at quite a number of those, throughout this program. But I'll just look at an example here. An example is, for example, passion. When you are choosing a purposeful career, you need to know your passions because your passion is the fuel for your purpose. Whatever you were born to do, you have got this fuel tank hidden inside of you, which is full of your passions. And the more you do that which you have a passion for, the more passionate you become. So when you are choosing a purposeful career, for example, passion is an indicator which you cannot ignore. You need to actually identify and say, what am I passionate about? What is it that you love doing so much that when you are doing it, you lose count of time? You just feel energized, you feel ignited, you feel motivated when you are doing it. That is a clear indicator, to your own purpose. And when you are choosing a career, choose a career that is powered or that is energized, by your passion. One of the challenges we have today is we have a lot of people with qualifications, but they don't enjoy what they are doing. I want to say you were meant to enjoy what you do here on earth, and that's important. So when you talk about purposeful career planning, we are talking about choosing a career that is linked, to your passions. And that's an important thing. So it means you have to pay attention to yourself. This is why we say know yourself. Don't start by looking at others, but pay attention to yourself and say to yourself, what ignites me? What excites me? What do I love doing? And that's important. It has been found that when it comes to careers, people who are innovative, people who are motivated, highly motivated, people who put a lot of effort and who bring the best out of themselves are passionate people. They are passionate people. So it's key for you to know your passions. And I want you to be reflecting on that. And when it comes to knowing your passions, you also have to try out different things. You don't just wake up one day and you know your passions. Passion is something that you actually discover over time. There are certain passions which are what I call passing passions. They don't last, you know. I mean, we all remember when you were growing up where you had a passion for toys, for certain toys or for certain games and so forth. Those are things that, you know, you had a passion for, but it was just a passing phase, you know, in your life. But when you talk of passion, which is linked to your career, you are now talking of something that really is more permanent. It is a more permanent feature. It's something that you actually feel you want to keep doing, you know, in your life. And the more you do it, the more you love doing it. So passion is an important indicator in terms of, so I'm saying pay attention to yourself. When you are going to discover how you are wired for your career, you need to seriously self-introspect and look at the way you feel about that which you do. And a lot of times we may not realize that passion, it's a very serious passion that will drive your career. You know, we may just think, it's something I'm doing because I'm young and so forth. And yet, it is a serious, you know, energizer and motivator, you know, to your career. One of the challenges we have found is there are people out there who have got qualifications, they've got papers, but they just don't like what they do because they've no passion for it. They are enduring, they are not enjoying what they are doing. And it is passion which will ensure that you enjoy, you know, that which you do. And it brings the best out of you. You need to know that when you do something that you have a passion for, it naturally brings the best out of you. Without you even thinking of it, or without you even putting much effort to it, it just brings the best out of you. And so when we are saying make a purposeful career plan, we're actually saying identify your passions. It's only one of the indicators. We'll look at other indicators later on. But identify what you're passionate about. And then choose a career that matches your passions. And as you do that, I want to really say, even as you learn, as you study, as you develop your skills, it will just show that, you know, this is you, and it brings the best out of you. Look at the musicians, look at the artists, look at the scientists, look at the business people out there who are doing so well. One common factor and denominator that defines all of them is passion. They love what they do. No one can give you passion. You have to discover that passion yourself. And if you choose a career that is outside your purpose, you cannot create passion for it. So passion is something you already have, and you have to align your career choice with your passions. So remember this, you were born for a purpose. Choose and pursue a career that will bring lasting success and fulfillment.